Okay, today we are going to be taking a look behind the curtain to see what the setup is like of someone who makes full-time videos on YouTube versus someone who makes full-time videos on TikTok. We're not only going to be comparing a YouTuber setup versus a TikToker setup, but we're also going to be adding up all of the prices to see what it costs to get us to this point.
I didn't agree to that.
Oh. Okay, just cut the whole video. We'll just end it here. No, we continue.
And since we're on my home turf, let's kick it off with mine.
Let's go.
Right, so we're gonna call this Room A or Studio A. This is where all of the final production happens. All right, well, here you go. So we've got two workstations. My personal one, and then this is for my employee. Main workstation, the desk. So we're running off of a 16-inch MacBook Pro. This is the 2020 M1 version. I didn't go for the Max or anything crazy.
M1 Pro? Okay. Now continue, Buzz.
So this is probably one of the best monitors that you can buy, or you can't buy because they discontinued it, but basically a Huawei monitor that looks like a Apple monitor. It looks sick. It's a cool aspect ratio as well, which I really like. Cable management is not the best, all right? I haven't figured that out just yet.
Let's have a little peek under the hood.
No, hey, get your ass back.
Dad, what is all of this? Looking like the jungle. You're like Tarzan swinging from those wires.
This is probably the most recent addition to the studio, is a standing desk. So the desk that I've got here is just the basic IKEA one. Run you about 500 pounds, probably about $500. This is something that I bought recently because I end up editing so much that my hips were starting to hurt, and I'm quite an active person. So I think if anybody's doing a lot of work on the computer, a standing desk is a must. I guess while we're talking about standing, let's talk about sitting.
Yeah.
This is
She got there.
probably one of the most reckless purchases of my life, but Dylan was a heavy influence on this. This is a Herman Miller chair.
From my knowledge, the best you can buy.
This one?
Yep. Just spin that puppy up and see the technology underneath. It's a whole world under there. Look at that. The tech that would have gone into that is impressive.
Alright, yeah, so definitely worth it, the chair, because I sit down so much now. And then, yeah, the standing desk. In fact, I also don't just stand, but I sometimes walk.
Oh, okay, so this is the piece that I wanted to get to.
New addition to the office. I've had this for like 3 days now, and I've been doing 2 hours of walking every single day. It's actually easy enough. I thought it was going to be a little bit of an issue to do that while I'm editing, but turns out I can edit perfectly fine whilst walking on like level 3, just, you know. And that has changed the game massively. My hips feel better after like 3-4 days. This bar moves up, so it has like a traditional treadmill thing where you can actually like run. But we've got a big 8 terabytes. So it's 2024 and my studio costs me this amount.
Woo! We're looking cheap.
Oh, you just paid, bud! Alright, wait, let me intro this room. Alright, Studio B, welcome into what we call here at LDL Sneaks Enterprise, the stock room.
King. Do you have a sign or something that tells us it's the stock room, or?
No, we don't need signs.
Jeez, alright. Look at this place, man.
So we got all of the boxes over here, all of the shoes, and then we've got the display sneakers as well. So this is typically my background when I record, so I set up a tripod over here, sit down, and then talk about shoes.
So you use this for one style of video, and then the studio that we're gonna go to for a different style?
This was never meant to be like a recording studio. This was meant to be a room strictly for B-roll. It's gonna become that again, but I've been using it as a main studio just while I'm setting up the downstairs one, which is still not fully complete. Eventually the plan is for me to have a table over here where I can do like top-down shots when I'm unboxing stuff, and then, you know, I have all of the sneakers I could just pull off. Today we're talking about this one. So this room is going to be solely B-roll in the next coming months, and downstairs is going to be the main studio.
What's your most expensive pair of sneakers here?
On this shelf, probably the Travis.
How much they run you?
1,300.
Oh, okay, well these don't count in the... Actually, you know what? We'll put a total cost of all of the shoes that this studio has cost him. Put your hand out, we're putting the number there. 3,
There's no way we're going to be able to tally that.
Boom.
Nah, the thing is, there's over 200 pairs in here. There's like 200 and something pairs of sneakers.
We'll just take it with a pinch of salt. This is what you've paid to get it to look like this.
All right. Well, let's go through the tech in here.
Okay, all right.
A little bit of tech. So we got the Go V pole light. Good ambient lighting option if you do want that minimal look, especially if it's just like in your home. You could put this in the corner of the room with like you know, maybe a plant or something, and then that just adds like an ambient light against a wall like that, which looks pretty sick. So we got 2 of those. Up here we got a light bar, and that is Go V as well, the brand off of Amazon. They're like the most affordable, best quality lighting that you can find. Like Philips does similar stuff, but they're way more expensive. And then we've got just a Newer.
Yeah, Newer's good. Similar to Go V, hey? Like where it's like that mid-range of, you know, not too expensive, but definitely not too cheap.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the tech in here. So let's move down to the main studio. Now, before you even start looking at anything, this is a work in progress. It's about 50% complete.
We can tell.
Yeah, this was basically, that was my main studio, and I brought everything down here yesterday just to record one video. Everything is going to change in here. This is going to look very, very different in the next couple weeks.
So talk to me about the, because you got quite a few interesting things in here. One, I haven't really seen a lot of these in the world. And 2, you've got these boards. What are they for?
Cool. Well, let's start with filming tech, I guess. Why not? So this pole, it's called a Very pole or an auto pole. And basically you just kind of put it on the ceiling with pressure. So you don't have to like screw anything. It doesn't damage your walls. It just holds there. And that way you can attach lights, a monitor, a camera. Currently I'm using it with this camera for top-down shots if I'm unboxing something, but there's plenty of different use cases for that. This is just a little light over here for lighting up the actual table space. We've got a key light over here. We've got a BenQ monitor, super cheap, but that's all you really need just to see yourself when you're recording.
Let's jump this side. So this is the shot that the audience would have if you want to stand there. What up, guys? We are back in the studio.
Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new pair of sneakers.
And then we zoom out and then we see behind the scenes.
So that's basic, you know, equipment, couple tripods around the place, but that's the main stuff. This is a huge part of the studio. This is called acoustic paneling, and essentially it's like, it originally looked like this. Wooden slats on top of acoustic foam, so it helps with the echo. Got a little clothing rail for some, if I'm ever talking about clothing. So like today we're talking about this jacket, and then we've got like this little makeshift display section over here. We've got an IKEA lamp with some warm lighting in the corner. We've got Chicago Jordan 1s. They just look so cool in the background. Couple shoe boxes. We've got my plaque. Don't think we'd find this in your... Oh wait, you do have a plaque, don't you?
Yeah, but...
Damn.
And then the Yeezy samples. They run you back, what, like 10K?
Nah, these are like 2.5.
Oh, so much easier. 2.5K?
Easy 1050 sample. There's only like 300 of them made, unreleased by the way.
You got a cool light bar there.
Yeah, so this is the same light bar that was in like on the top of the shelving upstairs. This is just half of it. Yeah, I thought it looked cool in the corner there. This is the latest edition, which I really wanted to show off. Okay, so let me just get this out of the box. So this is going to be a new display piece for the studio.
Now let's come in from a premium angle.
No idea what this is going to look like, but this is something that, think of it as like a vision board.
Ooh.
A vision board. For something that's gonna become true in the future.
Oh, look at that. Let's have a little hint, because I can see it right here. All right, comment your guesses before it opens. No cheating. Oh,
Yo, it's heavy.
Lord. Proof.
Yo, this is crazy. That's actual metal as well. There you have it. That is the Tesla Cybertruck. And that's gonna go right over there. Does that look sick?
It looks sick. Looks pretty nifty, I ain't gonna lie. So, I mean, there's a lot in here, so...
Alright, adding up the price over here. This is the total cost of my Studio C.
Now we've got 3 areas where all of what you see, the final products, all of those studios contribute to create the final product. And so the total cost in 2024, we can look back on this in years to come. What have you spent so far? Put your hand out and let's see. Boom! So right there, that is the cost of a 500K YouTuber setup in 2024.
Come here.
Now we're gonna find out and expose your ass.
Get out of here with your bare feet. I performed a power move on him. I told him to take his shoes off when he came into my house, and I kept my shoes on.
Okay, so similar to Elliot, I too have an office and a second studio right next to each other, but this is the main one. But this doubles up as an office and where the magic happens.
Damn, so we see he likes signs.
Do you have a sign or something that tells us it's the stock room, or?
No, we don't need signs.
Okay, let me start off with this. Go right there, where it all happens. Flip it. This is Japan's $20 billion airport built in the middle of the ocean. But the problem is, it's now sinking. This is got so much more detail than you would imagine. I decided, let me build a full set. So here, as you can see, come get a little close up on what this is. This is wood, right? And you think, this is not just, you know, like one huge strip. These are multiple pieces that we put together with hinges. Cut this bit out because here is a wardrobe. So we created this 3D effect. Look at this. Look up here. Put all of these plants to create this effect. This is a wardrobe. We put an infinity wall in here to get some depth. And look over this. We got some key lighting in here. And to prove that it's a wardrobe, if you look there, there's still some clothes hanging up.
Yeah, damn, how do you access that?
I don't. This is basically the studio setup. I've got this light. There's not much. We already know what that is. News Daddy sign. Go V again. That's always important.
Oh, so you copied me with the chair, huh?
I remember you saying, and maybe we can just bring back the clip when Elliot said he was heavily influenced by Dylan.
Dylan was a heavy influence on this.
That's So obviously this is the main piece. This is just a Herman Miller chair. We've got our standing desk. Actually, before we stand, we sit. And you see what this is? This is a piece here for posture. So if I'm sitting here, you put your feet on like that, so you're nice and straight. Feel that cushion? You know what that is for? So when I'm really in like heavy editing mode, I flip my chair down like this, lean all the way back, put my feet up, and then I'm here chilling. Editing. You'll be pleased to see that I have 2 monitors, not just one.
You'll be pleased to see. Listen, this ain't a competition.
This is exactly what it is. It's TikToker versus YouTuber Studio.
All right, that's it, right? After this video, I'm buying a Mac Studio display. Okay.
This was the Huawei that Elliot was talking about. That's highly limited, and we can never get a second one, which is why I have a different monitor on this side.
So this is Huawei Mate
LG,
and this is an LG. Do you know the model?
I don't know the model, no, but it's about £700 on Amazon.
And you attached this to the desk with
Yeah, just with the clamp that comes with it.
Nice little Vesa mount there.
And look
Solid.
at, if you want to look underneath, the cable management, far better than what you saw in the other house. You get one cable. This one shouldn't be there. Obviously, this is where I sit most of the days. This is very important because I put my phone right here.
What? Doesn't charge?
It's just a stand. Doesn't charge because I've got a case. It's fine.
Some points deducted.
We've got. I've chosen the Apple mouse because it's the best for swiping. Here I've chosen the MacBook Pro M3 chip. M3 in the midnight black.
It's a 14 though, right? 14-inch, smaller.
It is, but that is for portability. It's travelability. For anyone that likes the feel of a keyboard when you type, I do not recommend the Apple keyboard. I've been trying to get rid of this. The only thing that's keeping me is this fingerprint. It's very hard to find a nice feeling keyboard with a fingerprint, but I will be getting rid of that. This, we've got the same camera that Elliot is recording with, but a much smaller lens. If you saw the lens he was recording with right now, you'd be shocked. I use the Rode NTG. That's pretty standard. We both got that. It's about 300 pounds. Newer light. They'll set you back a couple hundred. We have also got that thing, heavily inspired by Elliot. Credit where credit's due. And then here, just to remind me, got a little printout.
10 mil. News Daddy Empire, hey?
This is where my accountant, production manager, brand manager, just everything rolled into one. Girlfriend, this is where she works. So heavily valued employee here. Nice simple setup. Actually, this is a £9 keyboard from Amazon, and I prefer it more to the 100 and whatever the fuck.
You got some beef with this Apple keyboard, man.
All right, so that's pretty much everything.
Solid.
And why I do the things that I do.
Shall we go take a look at your, what do you call it, Studio B?
This is a special one, and I'll intro it when we get down there.
So we're not looking in this one? What's in there?
It's a work in progress. I haven't decided.
I showed my work in progress.
Okay, well. This is supposed to be more of where I can do my
secrets are revealed in here, hey?
Instagram stuff. Yeah. It's going to be like a fashion room where I can take pictures and...
It's July, and it's got its...
It's January, get out of here. So, this is the YouTube studio that's going to double up with a lot of different things in the future once it's fully ready, because we're about 30% complete. Without further ado, let's go. Keep in mind that this started as a literal garage. Okay, so this is the YouTube studio as of right now. Keep in mind, we have got a carpet laid down on top of like foam underneath that, so it's nice and comfortable to walk on. This is like the theme of the whole room is like Avatar. So this can change different colors. I don't know what I call it, like a portal or like the tree of whatever they call it in Avatar. We've got some lighting that hits that white ceiling, so it looks like that is lit up. We've put lighting there. These are all of those acoustic panels that we've stuck everywhere across the whole thing. Over here is the latest edition. So this isn't completely finished yet, but on some Prime Buzz, the latest flavor that they've just sent. So when that's cold, the white turns to blue. But because it's so toasty in here, because of my heater.
What are you, sponsored or something?
Well, they did send me that, but they don't pay me. Flavor is cherry freeze.
Stay
hydrated.
You have it. I appreciate it.
So I was gonna move this out the way to show you. Feel like the curtains. This is for sound.
Those sound dampening curtains?
Yeah, so this behind here, I'll show you, is where the garage door is, to show you that this is a garage still. I'm sure we can chuck in some shots, because we've got lots of different shots.
Before and after?
And then with this, you see how we've got these panels there? I'm gonna put more curtains on the top of that. All of the sound will be caught right here. And then this will all be open.
So let's get a shot of what you would look like in a YouTube video.
So this will be where my laptop is, then the light, so I'm gonna be talking like this, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna get a little bit of the ceiling in there, and then this is all gonna be trapped, the sound, because right now it's a bit echoey still. And then this is actually a really interesting one. Let me talk about this for a second. This is pretty much like a one for everything that you need. So if you want like a different angle for wherever you're recording, you can have your light on here, your camera, your microphone, and whatever else you want, like a monitor. It moves around so you can go anywhere. It goes up and down. So I can have multiple different shots in here because Elliot and I were gonna have a studio in here where we can put a couch there. So instead of having to like pick everything up, adjust it, I can literally just have everything on here. Like I don't have my camera and shit on here right now, but I literally can just move it and then record at a different angle.
Dope. You got a choir stand too, hey?
Yeah, this is where I keep my laptop, mouse here, and then my energy drink when I record. But there's so much like room in here.
Wait a minute. So while you're recording over here, who the hell sits in that corner?
I was gonna use this to actually record, and then I realized that I prefer standing up.
You just got someone in the corner like, cut.
But the idea is to put a massive statue here. I don't know of who, maybe I was thinking of an astronaut, like a massive statue, and then lights are gonna go here, and I was thinking a sign, News Daddy Empire. So Studio A with office is this much. That's how much I've paid to get it to that point. And then the next office, which isn't finished, is this one, and it's this much.
To be a 10 million subscriber TikToker in 2024 costs this much.
So, there you go.
Okay.
Who wins?
2024 YouTuber versus TikToker studio. Vote down in the comment section which one is better, the YouTuber or the TikToker.